Hi everybody, and welcome to another video of Mind Trip with me, your guide Audrey. In these videos we talk about history, and today we are going to talk about beauty in Middle Ages. Now, let me start off by saying that people in Middle Ages were actually cleaner than people believe. Hygiene, medicine, and beauty are actually linked. And people actually don't want to smell bad and don't want to be ugly. That is actually true even today. So there are going to be numerous texts to talk about these three things: hygiene, beauty, and cosmetics. Now, in the Middle Ages, we have authors that linked these three things and create numerous texts to explain the use of fauna and flora in medicine and in cosmetics. Now, there is different authors, but I'm going to talk about three main ones. The first one is called Trotula of Salerno, or Trotula di Ruggero, who is a female surgeon doctor from the 11th century. She specialized in women's condition. So not only menstruation and giving birth, but also the psychology behind it all, like the depression you get after you give birth, or the depressions you get sometimes during your menstruation cycle. And one of her books, called De Ornatum Mulierum, sorry for my Latin, it is considered one of the first texts talking about cosmetics in Western Europe. So it's going to be a very important text that is going to be copied and recopied all through Middle Ages, because it has such good information about the use of the fauna and the flora in cosmetics. The second author, again a woman, is Hildegard von Bingen. Again, sorry for my German accent. She is a Saint German Benedictine mystical nun. I know that is a mouthful. From the 12th century. Now, this saint nun kind of did it all. She was a poet, she was a composer, she was a doctor, she was a philosopher, she was a theologist. But what is important for us today is that she was also a botanist. And in her book Physica, she compiled different plants and minerals even that could be used in medicine and in cosmetics. And last but not least, the third author is Albert the Great, or Albert of Cologne, which is a German Dominican friar from the 13th century and the only male in my list. Now, he was a chemist, a botanist, a philosopher, a theologist. Again, people did it all back then. And he is best known for discovering arsenic. Arsenic, who is highly poisonous and is going to be used as cosmetics. Now, Hildegard von Bingen and Albert the Great died after they were 80 years old. So maybe there is some good recipes in their books, because living after you're 80 in Middle Ages is actually very, very rare. Now, before I talk about the beauty hacks themselves, I want to talk to you about what is being beautiful in Middle Ages. What are the beauty standards for a woman in Middle Ages? Some things have changed a lot, some things haven't changed that much. Now, thanks to numerous literature texts and art, little paintings, little miniatures, we know what is the ideal woman in Middle Ages. So what is the ideal woman? She has to have long, blonde, wavy hair. Now, why is that? It's because black hair or brown hair, it is linked often to the people that live in the south, meaning the infidels, the Arabs, which the European went a lot in crusades against. So the more you are going to be from the north, the better is going to be, the less barbarian you are going to be. Also, the skin has to be very, very white. And that is important because it was considered in Middle Ages that people that were brown or tanned means they worked in the fields. And so they are not rich, they are not wealthy. So to prove that you are rich and wealthy, you have to have a very, very, very white skin. This is actually still true today in some countries like the Philippines, for example. They consider that whiter is beautiful. Also, the women have to have a very long forehead, okay? And that is because they believe that the mind, the spirit, the intelligence is going to show in the brain. And so the bigger the brain, the more the forehead you're gonna have. That is going to go really, really crazy in the 15th century with Agnès Sorel, which is the first favorite, the first mistress, the first official mistress in the history of France, where she's going to shave and wax all the hair, just for the hair to start here, for your forehead to be all of that. And of course, get rid as much eyebrows as possible to make that forehead as large. Also, the women have to have a lean body. Now, a lean body doesn't quite mean the same today as it did before. A lean body means that you have to have thin, long arms, a bulging belly, and wide hips. Now, it's kind of hard to have a bulging belly, wide hips, and thin arms, but that is what is beautiful. Now, the wide hips and the bulging belly are going to be a sign of fertility, so that is why it is going to be considered beautiful for a woman to have. Another thing that a woman should be or should have in Middle Ages is pink cheeks and red lips. That is actually scientifical. That is linked to the arousal of the woman. We mimic when the woman is aroused, her cheeks get pinker and the lips get fuller and redder. And so that is linked to the arousal of the women. So obviously not all women look like the description that I just gave you of the ideal woman. So the women of Middle Ages are going to have beauty hacks to be able to come closer to what the ideal beauty standard are. And so I classified these beauty hacks in 3 categories. The first category is the easy ones that actually could work. We're going to start with the medieval bra. The medieval bra is a cloth that you put around your breast to make them look higher and fuller. Because yes, even in Middle Ages, men like full rounded bosom. And so it's going to be kind of like a headband, but for your breast. Call it a booby band. Let's call it like that. Now, if you don't have a full breast, there is always the push-up bra, which is little cushions that you can apply over your breast and that the booby band to make your breast look fuller. If you don't have a lot of hair, there's also hair extensions that are made from actual real hair. Obviously, there is no synthetic hair in Middle Ages. And to keep the teeth white, they would put powder coral or powder cuttlefish bone, which they would scratch their teeth with it to make them look whiter. Also, something very important that they use is perfume. Now, the perfume is not like you know it today. The perfume in Middle Ages is not based with alcohol. It is based either with oil or with animal grease. So you have it not liquid, but in an ointment or sometimes solid that you can put around your neck for it to smell lovely. Now, the smells in Middle Ages that people are going to love are rose smell, lavender, orange blossom, so flowery smells, also earthy smells like rosemary and cinnamon, and of course they're going to use deer musk, well, the musk. Now, today we use synthetic musk. Back then, the musk had to be extracted from the deer, means you have to kill the deer, the musk deer, to be able to extract the musk. The musk deer comes from Asia, so it is very, very expensive and not very nice for the animals, but they did use perfume in Middle Ages. Now, the second category, I call it the icky ones. Now, for the older women that want to recuperate a younger skin, there's a mixture they can do with lizard feces, cuttlefish bones, slug slime, the inside of a deer antler. So you take a deer antler, you scratch whatever is inside and you put it in the mixture, and flowers. Well, flowers is not icky, but the rest is very, very, very disturbing. Now, also for the wrinkles, the text say that you should put slug or snail slime in your face. Actually, even today, there are some cosmetics that use snail slime, so they weren't too wrong about that. To avoid hair loss, there is a mixture people can do with pigeon feces that are burned, so the ashes of the pigeon feces or the ashes of burnt little lizards. That mixture, you apply it in your hair, and normally you don't have your hair that you don't have hair loss anymore. Working, not working, I don't know. You try, you tell me. Now, I told you that women wanted to have very large foreheads. Of course, not a lot of people have hair starting here. So what they are going to do is they are going to wax. They're going to wax the hair, they're gonna wax the eyebrows, and of course they're gonna wax any facial hair that is unwanted. Sometimes also the beginning of the arm, because the dresses would start here, the arms, the sleeves would start here. They never shave their legs. Why would they? The dresses are so very long and nobody looks at them anyway. So a way of waxing is by taking blood of a bat or a frog. It does say it works better with a bat, but it is easier to catch a frog. So with that blood, it needs to be fresh. You put the fresh blood in your body hair. Then you put a linen, then you let it dry. When the blood dries, it's gonna capture the body hair, and then kind of like waxing, you just pull one through and all the body hair would go with the blood and with the linen. Now, the third and last category is the dangerous ones, or the ones I like to call, why would you do that to yourself? Now, for the women who don't want the breasts to fall down, don't want saggy boobs, there is a cataplasm that they can use, that they can make, which the main ingredient is poison hemlock. It's in the name. It's poisonous. And not only they knew it was poisonous, they knew it from a long time. Hemlock, the poison hemlock was poisonous. Actually, Socrates, the philosopher in Athens, was committed suicide after being judged for corrupting the youth. Committed suicide by drinking poison hemlock. So people really did know it was poisonous. Either way, the women would do a cataplasm of poison hemlock that they would put in their medieval bra, and they would leave it for half a day. You know, just the time for your body to soak in the poison hemlock. Another dangerous, oh my God, women, why? Beauty hacks of the Middle Ages is another way of having white skin. Of course, not everybody has white flowery skin. And so they are going to use a mixture with white lead and rose water. Now, the lead gives you lead poisoning. It goes directly into your bloodstream and is really, really toxic. Now, what is amazing is that this mixture, this lead poisoning powder that they put on themselves is going to be so popular that it's going to be used for centuries after that. Of course, people had skin problems because of it. But people believe that it was not the lead that was causing the problems, but the vinegar that was used to extract the white lead. So sometimes not that smart, huh? And last but not least, the third dangerous beauty hack that we have in Middle Ages is to, I'm not going to say wax, I'm going to say burn your body hair. If you don't want to use the blood of a bat and of a frog, don't worry. There is a mixture which the main ingredients, sorry, my dog is expressing himself in the garden. So there is a mixture which the main ingredients are orpiment. Orpiment is basically arsenic and also quicklime. Quicklime is it burns the skin. It was used for a very, very long time in the pauper's grave to get rid of the skin, the muscles, and the meat of the body, for only to be left the bones, so you can store the bones easier. So people did know that quicklime actually burned your skin. So this mixture with the orpiment and the quicklime would be put in the places where you want to burn the body hair, and it was only left for 1 Our Father. Our Father is a Catholic prayer that lasts about 10 to 15 seconds. So they would put it, pray for 15 seconds, and then rinse it off with tepid water. You cannot use very cold water or very hot water because it will blister your skin. So a little sum up of all this, we have slug slime, we have pigeon feces, we have little lizards that are burned into ashes, there's quicklime, there's arsenic, there's poison hemlock. Oh my God, these people were really, really poisoning themselves just to make themselves look beautiful. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy living in 2020, especially if you use beauty hacks from today. Remember to comment, subscribe, etc., whatever people say at the end of these videos. And remember, if your body can't travel tomorrow, let your mind travel with me today. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye.